Hey, what's up, everyone? It's a special session with your old pal, Dustin Bass. Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's get right to it. This past Friday, September 18th, Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away, leaving an open seat on the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court of the United States. Now, Ginsburg had spent 27 years on the bench. Now, she's no longer with us. It's leaving an open spot right before an election. So what should we do? Now, there seems to be some weird debate going on exactly what we should do. Should we go ahead and follow the Constitution and say, all right, let's let the Senate do their thing, which would be hold a vote for the appointment of whoever it is that President Trump nominates. I like that word. Or do the Republican senators do what the Democrats want them to do, which is to wait after the election? But before we get to why the Democrats want that, first, let's look at what the Constitution says. All right. Article 2, Section 2 of the Constitution, a document that it seems many of our politicians have never read, says this: and he shall, meaning the president, nominate or unnominate, and by and with the advice and consent of the Senate, shall appoint ambassadors, other public ministers and consuls, judges of the Supreme Court. We'll stop it right there. So, that's what the Constitution allows the Senate to do. So the Constitution says nothing about the timing, has nothing to do with an election year. It has everything to do with a president nominating a Supreme Court justice and the Senate voting on it with advice and consent. With their consent, if they say, yeah, cool, then go ahead and put the person in. So what are the Democrats talking about? Well, the Democrats are relying on what the Senate Republicans said in 2016 when President Obama did his constitutional duty and nominated Merrick Garland. Well, the Senate Republicans were like, well, we are in charge right now. And Mitch McConnell said, we're going to wait. We're going to wait for the people to vote in this upcoming election. And that way we'll know exactly which way they want this Supreme Court to go. It really just comes down to political gamesmanship, and political gamesmanship with a ton at stake. So Obama's nomination didn't even get to sit down in front of the Senate and have a vote, not even a conversation. So here we are again, 4 years later, and we've got a very similar situation, which is election year, somebody has just died, and now there's an open seat on the Supreme Court. Now, in 2016, it was an incredibly risky move because we all remember everyone was saying that Hillary Clinton was going to win the presidency. Well, it paid off for the Republicans. The question is, will it pay off this time if the Senate actually takes the vote, which apparently, according to them, they're going to. And rightfully so, the Democrats are calling hypocrisy. Hypocritical Republicans, you sorry no goods. And you know what? They're right. It is hypocrisy, but it's also politics. And if we ever get to the point where we don't expect hypocrisy in politics, then, well, we haven't really been paying attention to the politics. Because we all remember what Mitch McConnell said and how he has gone back on what he said in 2016. We also remember what Lindsey Graham said in 2016 in front of all the senators.
I want you to use my words against me. If there's a Republican president in 2016 and a vacancy occurs in the last year of the first term, you can say, Lindsey Graham said, let's let the next president, whoever it might be, make that nomination. And you could use my words against me, and you'd be absolutely right.
Now, keep in mind the phrasing that Lindsey Graham used. You can use my words against me. You can use our words against us. But he never said that the Republicans would abide by those words. So what is at stake? Well, honestly, it's the future of the country, and it's the future of the Constitution for the next 20, possibly 30 years. Now, if you are the type who is not a big fan of the Constitution and you think it needs to change or it needs to update and get in the flow of what everybody else is doing around the world, then yeah, I can see why you'd be really upset about what's going on. But if you are a constitutionalist and a textualist and you love the Constitution and you think, hey, the Constitution is the greatest document ever assembled, well, then this is a really big moment and you understand the importance of it. Because conservative judges typically stick to what the Constitution says or stick to what exactly the laws say. Now, Ruth Bader Ginsburg was the type who actually encouraged her colleagues to not just look at the Constitution, but look outside of the Constitution. In fact, look outside of the country. Look at what other countries are doing with their laws. So that's what's at stake. Now, another thing that's been brought up is this.
The very last dying wish of RBG was that her vacancy not be filled until the new president takes office in January. That was her dying wish. Tonight, Mitch McConnell publicly, the night of her passing, he couldn't wait 24 hours, issued a statement saying that he was going to give Trump a vote in violation of her dying wish.
Now, how dare Mitch McConnell be in violation of a woman's dying wish? Okay, well, maybe it's rude, but it has absolutely no bearing on anything. And I think that this is one prime example of why I always harp on the fact that we've got people who are in our national legislature, like AOC, who at least seem to have never even given a glance at the Constitution of the United States of America. The only thing that matters in this entire conversation.
If Mitch McConnell is not going to honor RBG's final wish, we will. We will. And we have to.
So when she says that we will hold true to the wish, we will hold true, that has nothing to do with anything either. You're in the House of Representatives. You have zero say about who gets in. You don't get to vote. That's for the Senate. And if Democrat senators really want to get irked about something, maybe they should go and look at the former majority leader, Reid, when he got rid of the filibuster and started using the nuclear option. The same option that Mitch McConnell said, this is going to come back and bite you. And guess what? It has, incredibly, with the tons of federal judges who have been pushed through by using the nuclear option. That, as they say, did not age well. So yeah, maybe it is hypocrisy, but guess what? More importantly, it's common sense. And when you are in power and you have the Senate majority and you have the opportunity to fill a seat in the highest court in the land, it doesn't matter whose dying wish you're in violation of, you do it. It is your duty. And finally, there are a lot of Democrats that are accusing Republicans of forgetting what they said. But it just might be that Republicans have a really good memory.
Did you meet with Senator Dianne Feinstein on August 20th?
I did meet with Senator Feinstein.
Did you know that her staff had already recommended a lawyer to Dr. Ford?
I did not know that.
Did you know that her and her staff had this allegations for over 20 days?
I did not know that at the time.
If you wanted an FBI investigation, you could have come to us. What you want to do is destroy this guy's life, hold this seat open, and hope you win in 2020. You've said that, not me. You've got nothing to apologize for. When you see Sotomayor and Kagan, tell them that Lindsay said hello, because I voted for them. I would never do to them what you've done to this guy. This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics. And if you really wanted to know the truth, you sure as hell wouldn't have done what you've done to this guy. Are you a gang rapist?
No.
I cannot imagine what you and your family have gone through.
Boy, y'all want power. God, I hope you never get it. I hope the American people can see through this sham. You're looking for a fair process? You came to the wrong town at the wrong time, my friend.
So maybe it has nothing to do with hypocrisy. Maybe it's got everything to do with the Constitution. And maybe just a little bit of revenge. I'm Dustin Bass, and I've been thinking it through for the Sons of History.